everybody. How are you? Thank y'all for taking time to come out. I definitely believe that mental health is important. I'm Shantae. I'm the owner and founder of Subliminal Dreamz Incorporated, and we are a mental health nonprofit. And I am by trade a budding psychologist. I work with special needs children. I do behavior therapy, coping mechanisms, and anything that's related to behavior therapy with children, basically exposing them to humanities that they would not be exposed to, and helping them understand what mental health looks like. A little bit of my backstory. 3 years ago, I went through one of the toughest parts of my life. I experienced loss. I experienced the loss of marriage, and it just felt like nothing was going my way. And I literally was standing on the edge of a bridge. Like, I just couldn't deal with it anymore. And if I hadn't went through with that, I wouldn't be able to stand here today to tell you how important mental health is, and to tell you that pushing through the inevitable is definitely what makes you a fighter. I know everybody's situation looks different. I know everybody's mental health looks different. I know rearing children isn't especially different. One of my biggest things that I talk about in my platform is breaking up generational curses, and that starts with healing through our children. That's why I typically target children, because adults, we get to a point where we feel like we don't need help. We feel like we have all the tips, we have all the tools, and we've been there, we've done that. So we don't necessarily need another adult coming in and saying, hey, you need to take mental health serious. You need to take care of yourself. You need to rest. You need to eat. You need to exercise. I mean, those are things that we all know we need to do, but do we really do it? So I feel like if we go through our children and we start young and we teach them and give them the right tools as parents, you can't fight your child that's sitting here telling you emotionally that it's something wrong, or that they're sitting here telling you that they don't appreciate something that's happening. I think that we as parents don't realize that our children are not the same as we were. I don't have children, but I work with thousands of children from all different types of backgrounds, all different types of nationalities. And one thing that I can definitely say is they don't learn hate until they're taught it. They don't learn disgust until they're taught it. They don't learn anything about themselves and anything about this world until they are taught it. So when they're given those foundational skills, it comes from the people that are directly related to them, and then it bleeds out into our society. When our society looks upon our children and looks upon each other as just simple pieces and not people, then we portray and we behave in manners that just causes us to not really take in consideration what the other person is going through. I think every day we get up and we do the motions of living, but we don't pay attention to the person that's next to us. We don't pay attention to the fact that somebody standing directly in front of us is crying out for help. I literally, on the way in, because all I do is look on my platforms and I look for these cries for help, I literally saw 3 people. They're tired. I'm tired. I don't want to say this, but I'm tired. And that alone is trouble. 1 in every 4 people, adults, have a mental disorder. So if that's in adults, we can just imagine, we can say it's 1 in every 2 children. 1 in 3. So you can just only imagine the troubles that our children are going through, not having the resources, not having the platforms. I mean, they think Instagram and Facebook and TikTok is the platform, but those platforms have become so open and so inundated that they don't even know what is reality, what's fantasy, and we're losing our children, we're losing our communities, we're losing ourselves half of the time, because I mean, I was guilty of it. I would get on social media and say, well, I feel like I should look like her, or I feel like I should dress like her, till I had to realize that I'm me, and whoever's on the other side of that platform is them. I can't control anything about that, but I can turn it off. And what my platform does is it teaches children and teaches adults and just teaches the community as a whole how to find that healthy balance between your mental health, my mental health, and the people around you, because at the end of the day, it's not just me and my mental health. When you go to work, you're dealing with someone else's mental health. That's why we're having these school shootings and these workplace shootings, where it's safe really nowhere, because in everybody's mind, they're perceiving that something is happening to them. And that's a big part of what mental health is a perception of what we perceive and what we see and what we look at and how we can change it. Certain people feel like they can't change it. A feeling of hopelessness is when you really hit rock bottom. If you feel like you can't see the silver lining in anything, then you need help. if you struggle to see the silver lining in something, you need help. And our children can't articulate that. They don't understand what the silver lining is. They don't understand what their sexuality is. They don't understand half of the things that society is telling them that they should understand. The one place that they should be safe in, school, is no longer safe. It's no longer validating. It's no longer challenging them to be unique. And so my tips from an entrepreneur that has really risen in the field, my nonprofit is about 3.5 years old, but I have made it my business and my passion to stand on every platform that I get a chance to and advocate for mental health resources for children, to advocate for mental health resources for our community as a whole. We curate meaningful events where we get psychologists and counselors out of their office because we know that's a big perception. We get them out into the community so you can see what a therapist and a counselor looks like. And half of the time I tell people, you don't know that I'm a counselor or a therapist until I really start talking to you and peeling back those layers. But it's important that you take time for yourself. And my 3 things that I do for myself is I believe in silence, because we all have that inner voice that we try to silence, but that inner voice is there for a reason. And when you silence yourself, you get to hear more of what you need. If you're hungry, you're tired, you're dehydrated, if you just need to tune out all the extra noise, I believe in taking healthy social media breaks. I will go 2 and 3 days without any contact. I know it's hard for some people, especially as entrepreneurs, because that's our life. But if your business can't sustain itself for at least 24 hours without you being on social media, then you need to revamp your business plan, because you have to have a life outside of your business. I believe in taking healthy times to spend with your loved ones. I don't have children, but I have dogs, and I spend every moment that I can with them. That's how I release my endorphins, you know? So I just want to give somebody, anybody, tips to take back to yourself and tips to take back with your children. We have an event coming up on the 27th. It's a very, very big event. We have about 17 mental health vendors, therapists, counselors, different things that offers resources from those that have lost someone from gun violence, those that have lost someone from suicide. We have autistic specialists coming out. We have behavior therapists coming out, therapy animals. So it's a very inclusive event. We want everybody to get out because we want everybody to understand what mental health looks like. There won't be the typical bounce houses and the other things because we want people to engage. So there'll be games. There will be floor games and tic-tac-toe and all those things, because we want people to get back into interacting with each other. We've gotten so used to looking at a phone or looking everywhere else but at the person that's standing next to you. So I just appreciate the time that I have to speak to everyone about how important mental health is to me and our movement. We encourage everybody to get involved. Typically, all of our funds and donations go towards paying for mental health services for families who cannot afford it, because we understand that sometimes that's also a big perception as to why people do not seek out those types of services. So a lot of our funds go towards helping families pay for mental health services and any other financial issues that they may need. They may be hungry, they may need clothes, they may need transportation or anything. So our program is just really geared towards helping those that may mentally be struggling. You may not know, the person may not have eaten yesterday, and that's a part of mental health. So I thank you for your time, and I would hope that you will come by and get some information on what our programs can offer for your youth. Thank you.
What's the name of the event?
It's called, it's our second annual mental health community picnic. You can pretty much Google it. It's on Eventbrite, it's on Facebook, it's pretty much everywhere. So we're trying to get as many people out and involved. Everything is free. We just ask that you just come and show up, bring your families. And picnic style, we're gonna be right off South Bank. We're going, we got yoga, we have live book readings, we're gonna have live performances. So I'm really excited for this event, really excited.
What's the date?
It's May 27th.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the second Memorial Day weekend.
And I don't have nothing to do.
Yep. And I planned it that way because I was like, I know everybody was going to go out of town, but that's kind of one of the weekends, and you know, if we don't find things to do that's healthy, you know, violence and crime, so just trying to offset those that aren't going out of town, those that don't have anything to do, just come out and hang out with us. And like I said, it's over 17 vendors, so it's a lot of resources that's gonna be handed out. And then right after that, there's another event that we sponsor, diaper drives for mothers if they need anything. So there's diapers, clothes, mental health resources for them as well. So that would be like a few hours before my event, and then my event is right after.
Same location?
Same, different location, but I'll get that information to Tony for anybody that's interested.
Thank you so much again. And again, like I say,